And then he did apologize for the Spanish Inquisition. He said it was far too inquisitive. Supposed to be the Spanish casual chat. And then he did apologize.
The damn loop got me again. The button just to make it not loop. Good morning. How is everybody?
Yeah.
So good.
Ooh-wee.
So, Vactor says we were live the whole time. I'm like, we couldn't have been. And like, it's so weird because I waited like, because I started the stream starting soon thing, and I waited until like 15 seconds in before I actually hit the go live button. And the buffering on this studio software is because it still started at the minute and had me going as I clicked the button.
Actually, you were right, Johnny. I just went back on the live stream. I went back to the beginning, and it was just it showed our faces right before the countdown started.
Yeah.
All right.
We were live the whole time, but
It's been doing that, and I'm like, because usually I'll click the thing to start
he did it again.
that, and then it like, so I got to figure out what the buffer is, the exact buffering amount.
What the buff? Yeah.
What the buff, and figure out what the setting is. WonderRob,
Hey.
welcome to the casual chat.
So casual. So casual. That's how I like it.
I don't even know what we're going to talk about today.
That's how casual
This
it
will be
is.
fun.
Shirt. Look at Rob's shirt.
That's
the topic.
the taco burger. That
We
is
love
the,
a
that is
taco
point.
burger.
No topic, no format, just chaos. Absolute, utter chaos.
No rules,
on a,
just
on
right.
a Sunday morning.
Like they say
On
it
a
out
day
back
rest.
steakhouse.
Johnny got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Johnny knows.
boy.
Ooh-wee. Hey, Johnny, can I start
Johnny, no.
the casual
Yeah.
chat by telling you the burger hack that WonderRob did last night, but he's not telling me. He's waiting. He's going to spring it on me on this live chat, so you'll see my reaction to him live. But
Okay.
we found this Big Mac hack where you take the top bun off and then you throw it away. And then you take the middle, you take the beef patty, the top beef patty,
Mhm.
and you flip it over. And so you got what was the middle bun is now the top bun. And then you got the two patties on top. So it's like a double cheese. And then you eat it like that. So we did that yesterday. WonderRob and I did it all by ourselves. Nobody else did it. And then I said, let's tell Johnny on the casual chat because he loves a good burger hack.
These are the lengths
Mhm.
we go through in our personal lives to have content to talk about.
So
We're like, yeah, we could order a double cheeseburger, or we could do it the more expensive way and waste food.
I paid for that piece of bun. I'm throwing it away.
Yeah, get it out of here.
well, is it acceptable to eat that piece of bun separately
I
Only
mean,
if you're a
instead
weirdo.
of throwing it
you,
away, or,
you could.
or does it have to be thrown away?
I have some news for you, Johnny. Bread makes you fat. I learned that on Scott Pilgrim. And so ever since then, I've always said.
Yeah. And ever since then, I haven't stopped eating bread. I was like, finally.
I
Let's go.
literally bought a piece of garlic bread that was this long, the length of my forearm last night, because it was on sale at my grocery store for $1.99 and then 50% off. So you do the math, Johnny.
Mm.
Hey, Siri,
So
what's
it was $1?
50% off $1.99?
$1.99 times 1 minus 50% is approximately $1.
$1.
Ooh, $1. See, that's the content that we do today for
I was
Johnny.
told there would be no math.
Also, I was today years old when I learned that WonderRob has Bluey as his Siri voice assistant. I did not know that.
Yeah. My wife makes fun of me all the time. Why is your Siri British? And I said, why is my Chat GPT an angry black man?
Hey, I want to do that.
Like, I told her I
Did,
want my chat GPT to be an angry black man because when I ask it questions, I want it to speak to me with authority, like it knows what it's talking about, so I can believe it.
Yeah.
Did they make it? Because I remember years ago, to get Siri to have the British accent, you had to like change your location in your iOS settings. And I think eventually they just made it an option that you can go in and change your
Now
yeah, you can
funny.
go in and just adjust the accent as needed.
Why would they do that?
But I think at
these
first you
guys
had to
having
change your
fun.
actual region, or you changed your language, or maybe it was your language. You couldn't just pick the accent. You had to either go in and change your region or change like your language from English to English British or English Australian in like the settings that were completely unrelated to Siri before.
Dang. Of course.
If I'm remembering correctly, I might be wrong. I might be making all of this up.
You might have dreamed that.
Well, you also,
I may have.
Johnny, you as a gamer, you might just be thinking about something where on the Xbox, you had to go in there and change the time in order to get holiday themed goodies, to get Christmas stuff and all those wonderful things.
Maybe something like that, because I have not owned an Xbox since the original Xbox.
Yeah, this is a casual chat, but not a casual chat. Come on.
No, Xbox gamers are hardcore gamers, Rob. We all had Xbox.
I have the Xbox app on my computer. If that counts.
See, that's acceptable.
Game Pass.
That's acceptable. PC Master Race.
I forgot about Johnny's history. I've been on 2 of these or 3 of these live or
2 of these,
chats, Johnny. Okay, and you've told me your history.
This is
gaming,
number 3.
but I always forget.
Yes,
Johnny was a Nintendo kid. I forgot. He played his Sega for one day and then he threw it in the trash like my hamburger bun. I forgot. And then he's been Nintendo and PC ever since. I forgot.
Oh, man. See, Johnny's cool. He gets it.
But what WonderRob is not telling you, Johnny, is that he and I have a huge Xbox past and history. WonderRob brought his Xbox console over to my house and hooked it up. We played Gears of War on launch day, and he hooked it up in my spare bedroom with the Ethernet cable attached. And we're yelling from room to room, "Hey, this is awesome. We're playing together. We're playing the same game.
They're coming."
That was the first and last time I've ever done that in my life.
Yep. Those were the days. Those were the good old days. Before we had responsibilities and wives and girlfriends and children.
Man, those were good days.
Yeah, and we didn't have to pay as much taxes.
I still don't have any of those things.
You lucky bastard.
That's right. Johnny, you are living the life right now.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Stay as long as you can. You gotta cherish it.
Johnny can buy a Mexican pizza.
I'm regressing because I'm probably moving back in with my mom.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what to do.
No rent, free meals.
Your underwear.
I view. Look, my mom's 85 years old. She can't live by herself anymore.
Right. Okay.
She is elderly.
That's how it goes.
And I live by myself. And it doesn't make sense for the both of us to have internet fees and gas and electricity and water. And you're seeing that more these days, in these times, in the parlance of our times.
What you're telling me, Johnny, is you're going to have more disposable income. You're going to have more free time to play video games with us. This is great, Johnny. I love it.
Hopefully.
Will she be a fourth on this pod? That would be sweet.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
Talk about raising Johnny.
My mom was almost a nun. She was in the convent.
No kidding.
Her dad had a stroke and she left the convent. Okay. So if her dad hadn't had a stroke, she would probably be a nun and I would not be here right now.
Wow.
Dang.
A real
perfect storm.
situation.
I was going
Oh,
the scary
if I had a
movie
rim
nun.
shot sound effect.
Yeah, they need to add that to this. What is this? Light stream? Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Let's
no
add it.
that. Yeah, you can add videos, but not. There's no sound.
All right, go download Sister
Effect
Act and then loop it in there for us, Johnny.
Speaking of 90s classics, I just
this is
watched
gonna be
The
good.
Stand
This is good.
for the
Ooh.
first time as an adult.
Oh,
I have very because it came out in like the original The Stand from like 94. I have very distinct memory of Laura San Giacomo just in her bare-chestedness
Yay.
from that. That was
Johnny. That was
just
when Johnny
14 at
became
the
a
time.
man.
That is a formative memory.
Yeah, that's like with me in that
Um,
movie. She's one of the guys, or just one of the guys.
That
Remember
movie. Oh man. Ooh wee. Yes. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to watch
It's all
that
right.
movie. Number one, it's a good movie, but also
What one of the guys?
She turns
is it
out she
Jesse?
was not actually one of the guys.
It's so I don't know, Johnny. You seem like an Amanda Bynes fan. She did a movie called She's the Man, where she played a guy on a soccer team. That movie is copying Just One of the Guys, which is an 80s classic, and it's an 80s PG, which means there's boobs, Johnny. You gotta watch a 1980s movie. that
You
was
gotta
PG.
watch 1980s PG movies.
That movie is fantastic. Also, when I became a man, I was 4 years old.
Fair enough.
It's free on Tubi right now, Johnny. If you want ads, it's free.
Now, just do a quick Google search for the one scene. That's all you need.
That
to
is,
see.
yeah, you will be able to see that.
Actually,
No,
the
it's a
movie is
good
pretty
movie.
good. The movie's funny, all things
Yeah.
considered.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was 3 years old when this came out.
You
Oh
nasty
man,
little boy.
now I
I
kind of
was
want
5.
I want to watch Just One of the Guys again.
Yeah, show it to Candy.
Just one of the guys.
I think I did. As a matter of fact, I think I did. Oh man, now you're making me want to watch this, Johnny. Oh man.
And then
Johnny.
after I watched the 1994 The Stand with a D at the end. There's a D at the end. I'm like behind, way behind.
How behind you talking? Bye.
That far behind.
He's gone.
Did that
He's so
fix it?
far.
No, there's still.
Okay, you're back, Johnny.
I'm
You're
like
back.
5
You were so
seconds.
far behind,
Yeah.
your camera fell off.
Well, I did that on purpose.
Oh, there he
Whoa.
goes.
He skewed off into a tangent.
Weird.
All right.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Johnny.
I love how casual this chat
we-
is.
He's flipping us.
This is the point. That's the whole thing. Yeah. There's like, so I'm not losing. Is my
We see a
question is
J.
my audio behind her? Is it just
I can't tell because this whole time I've been looking directly down the barrel of my camera and not at you, which is right here.
Tell him, Johnny.
It's called being engaged.
all right?
All right, he's back. Johnny.
I am gonna try to leave and
All
come
right,
back.
it's up to me and you, Rob. All right,
All
let's
right.
talk
How
burgers.
casual.
This might kill the whole stream. I don't know. We'll find out. That'll be interesting.
We're still here.
Is he
We're
gone?
still here.
Is he gone? So I didn't actually do that hack. I just went and got a Big Mac.
What? Ah, why?
We're just talking about how I did the hack.
Boom.
Johnny.
You
Okay,
son
I'm
of
not
a-
behind now.
Okay, now he's back. All right, you are behind, Johnny, because Rob just unleashed. He just unloaded on us
No, I didn't.
that he ate the regular Big Mac. He did
Yeah.
not do that Big Mac.
I
hack.
went and got the Big Mac, and then I just forgot to do the hack.
for science.
And I just ate the Big Mac.
It was supposed to be for science. And Rob, he just said, F science. I'm eating this burger.
Well, to be fair, at the start, I said I didn't actually do it, and you said you lied. You didn't believe me.
Johnny, are
This
you
is
a Big
true.
Mac fan?
He did say that. Yeah, they're good. They're all right. My go-to is usually just the double bacon double cheese.
Ooh, yes,
That McDonald's bacon.
yes. I am a big
Or the quarter pounder with cheese.
yes.
Big Macs
When
are
I
good,
lived-
but they're not like my go-to.
They all right. I got to be in the mood for a Big Mac. It's
Dang,
not
man,
something I
both-
order on
Yeah.
the reg.
Both of you are doing McDonald's wrong. You got to get a Big Mac on the side. No matter what you get the Big Mac on the side. That's
No,
your
that's too
fries.
much. I don't want to turn into an onion. So
Did
I
you
don't
ever
wanna...
see? Did you ever see Super Size Me? There's a guy that they interview in that
No,
documentary.
I've not watched that movie on.
Oh, well, besides Morgan Spurlock, it's a good documentary, and they interview this guy who has had a Big Mac like every day for the past 30 years. At that point, that movie came out in like 2005 or whatever it was, and he was like, "It's the perfect burger." And every time I eat a Big Mac, I think about that guy talking about it's the perfect burger. I
He's still
always think about
around,
that guy.
and he still
What?
eats Big Macs. He's
How is
not
he
dead.
still alive?
He's not dead, man. He's still got that same bowl cut. and
What?
everything.
No, you're making this.
I'm
up.
not making it up.
Show me. Post it in
Hey,
the chat.
come on in. You're not
Yeah,
gonna
he lives with
believe
me. And he's eating a Big Mac right now.
this.
I need
I-
the clip of Obi-Wan. Of course I know him.
Yeah.
He's me.
He's me. I've always liked Big Macs, but I always said, that third bun, is it necessary? And last night, boys, I found out it is necessary because that's
It's
what
necessary.
makes it stand out as the Big Mac. That and that
and the
1,000
sauce.
island dressing
Yeah.
that they put on there.
You could just go
Those-
into the app, order a double cheese, and say add Thousand Island, and you're saving $1.50.
Yeah, but I want the bread so that I can toss it at the camera.
But you ain't getting
Like
no
if I'm-
sesame seed bun.
Oh yeah, well that I need the sesame. That's also the thing I love about the Big Mac. But Johnny, I used to live in Japan, and one of the few American food options they had was McDonald's. So I would go to McDonald's on the regular when I was in Japan, and I gotta say, number one, they still have the fried hot apple pies, which are my all-time favorite. It's up there with Mexican pizza as one of my favorite foods of all time. And Hawaii still
Mhm.
fries their apple pies, and Japan still fries their apple pies. That as soon as I get off the plane, when I go to Japan, and my wife has witnessed this, the first thing I do is go to McDonald's and get a hot apple pie. And the last thing I do before I get on the plane to go back is go to McDonald's and get a hot apple pie because those are delicious. Oh, but the thing I was going to tell you about the
Do they-
hamburgers, real quick, was the beef tastes better over there, and I think it's because the grass is better, Johnny. I think the cows eat the grass.
No,
And
they
then
don't
the
have all of
cows taste better.
America's silly regulations about health.
Oh yeah,
So
that
they,
too.
they just
Yeah.
they put
rid of
the bun and the patty in the deep fryer too, and they're like, "Here you go."
Now that I would like. Hey, that's our next hack, Rob.
I was gonna say, do they still do are the fries still fried in beef tallow rather
Oh.
than vegetable oil?
Those
that
were the
I don't know.
days,
I'd have
Johnny.
to look that up.
Those were so good, Johnny.
But
the other big American chain over in Japan supposedly is Kentucky Fried Chicken, isn't
Yes.
it? Isn't it? But
yes,
the big Christmas Day thing.
yes, it is a Christmas tradition to go to KFC. Rob, you'd like Japan. They go to KFC like it's the emperor's shrine, and you're worshiping at the altar of KFC.
Oh my
Get
god!
your holiday turkey at KFC.
I'll tell you what, the KFC must be pretty good over there because the KFC in the United States, to quote our friend Jeff W., is cheeks.
And
So-
that's butt cheeks.
Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of KFC at
What
all.
happened to KFC? They used to be
Except their secret recipe fries.
Oh yeah, Johnny was telling
Oh.
me about that, and I meant to go to KFC, and I still haven't, Johnny. Since you told me about that, I still haven't gone there.
For shame.
Remember when they had that bowl that
The
was
fries
just
are
everything in a bowl. It was
I
like
love
mashed
that. I think they
potatoes
still
and
have
like
that.
chicken nuggets and like,
Yeah.
and they'd be
Yeah.
like, here you go, eat your
Yeah.
slop.
Yeah. I used to love that.
I had a friend in high school. Actually, it was before high school. It was like middle school, pre-middle school, which I guess would
How's
be elementary
bragging
school.
camp
Anyway,
going, Johnny?
he would do that with his lunches. He was ahead of the curve. He called it gross out stew, which at the time it really was pretty much gross. But he'd mix his peas and his
Sick.
mashed potatoes with gravy with whatever else he was eating. He's like, it's all going the same
Peanut butter
place. I'm like,
jelly.
Gross.
Ooh, sick.
Not
You
from me,
called
gang.
and then KFC started selling it to people. What? He must be a millionaire.
They steal your ideas. People steal your ideas all the time.
That's why
Actually,
you got copyright.
I just discovered somebody stole my $1 million idea. So I'm gonna tell it to you right now. It's already been stolen, so there's no risk. But I've been telling everybody for years that my $1 million idea is that you got Johnny left. He doesn't want to hear it. I'm gonna tell you, Trent. My $1 million idea is that you got massage parlors, right? But why not have a scratch parlor where instead of a massage, you lay down and you get a back scratch?
What?
And that was my $1 million idea. Is I'm gonna open up a parlor where you get scratches. They freaking opened one up in Scottsdale, Trent.
No.
Yeah,
No
they
way.
did.
I'm looking this
They
up right
did.
now.
And I'm
What do I
so
search
mad.
for? Scratch parlor?
There is a scratch parlor, Scottsdale. It's there.
Oh, this is different. I'm thinking it says scratch therapy is a type of therapeutic touch that uses light scratching and tracing movements with the tips of the nails.
But it's back scratches that you sign up for. They
The
stole
type of-
my idea, Johnny.
So I put into Google because Vactor was talking. He said scratch therapy. So I put that in, and the top result is www.scratchergirls.com.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
No, that's not it.
Oh, whoops.
You guys are on some different type of
Whoops.
website that you're gonna get in trouble for.
No,
Yeah. Here, I'll find it.
no.
Don't
It's
I gotta
the-
do all the work as usual, Trent. Here
Scratcher
we go.
Girls, our mission is to bring the world to a healthy meeting of the minds through our mood enhancing scratch therapy. Rob, this is real. That's it.
Oh, these
Ooh,
stock
this is my nightmare.
the stock photos are great.
So
with the,
I don't know if anybody happens to only be listening to audio of this, but it's a video of some lady with giant fake fingernails scratching somebody's back, and I'm freaking
This is
go in
hurt.
there when I go back to Arizona.
See, the type of scratching I was
This-
thinking of that lasts for 30 seconds and it's done. All right,
No.
scratch my back.
This is a scratch. And anyway, I'm mad at these people for stealing
That's
my
like-
idea. That's the long and short of it.
I had a similar thing, Rob. I was starting to design like my own trading card game
Mhm.
that I was working on with friends of mine, and I was like, it can be fun. You do licensing, and you get like Masters of the Universe, and you put out a set of Masters of the Universe characters, and then you do like Thundercats and Silverhawks and whatever, and you call it Multiverses.
Uh-oh.
And then like 6 months later, freaking epic.
You got to
Was
be
it Epic
careful.
or was it EA?
It was Warner Brothers games, right?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. You got to be careful who you're saying your ideas to, Johnny, because you never know who's listening.
I hadn't told it to end. This was a coincidence. And I was like, geez, I could work for these guys. Look, I thought of multiverses before they did. But now it's a failure, so good for them.
So the moral of the story
The
is
game
that
doesn't exist anymore.
Johnny and I will be hiring lawyers.
Yeah.
Don't steal my ideas or we'll make it fail.
Right. No doubt.
So, Rob, I hear that you have recently procured yourself a Switch 2.
Oh, I'm so happy you brought this up.
What are your
So
I was
ordered.
waiting for this.
So I missed the Switch 2 launch. Like I just blew it, right? And it's all on me. I missed the pre-order by a day. I missed the launch window by a day. Whatever. It's not like I'm not worried about it or upset because if I know I'm going to get a Switch 2 eventually. I know they're going to be readily available eventually, right? Like it's not going to be a thing. Just like everybody eventually got their PlayStation 5s and yada yada yada. But of course, me, if you know me, which I know you do, Johnny, I love video games. I just love it. You know, I got all can't see past the camera, but there's a lot of video games around in here. So I, of course, was getting FOMO, and I would go to Best Buy and Target and, you know, all these places and try to get one. And of course, there's none available. Despite reports that everybody online's like, yeah, I walked into my Target and they just had them overflowing out of the dumpsters. That's how many they had. They just had to throw away their extras. Nobody's buying them. But I couldn't find one anywhere. So Trent forwarded me a link for Engadget that was an online hey, here's Targets, you know, check Target, check Walmart, check Best Buy, yada, yada. And so I followed that link, and lo and behold, I was able to buy one immediately thanks to Trent. So thank you, Trent. So I ordered it from Walmart, and that was on Friday, and it was like, guess what? You're going to have it tomorrow night, baby. Tomorrow by the end of the day, which was yesterday, you will have it. And I'm pleased to announce that I am still waiting for it to be delivered yesterday by 10 p.m. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh,
no. Probably shouldn't have showed the order number. Nobody go back and pause that. I actually got a delay email last night at 9 p.m. saying, nah, Tuesday. You'll get it on Tuesday. So I was like, oh, thanks a lot, Walmart. So I do not have my Nintendo Switch 2 yet. But one day, Johnny. One day. And
maybe
just a thick layer of dust as my old Switch. Yeah. Can you see that dust?
can now.
I can't wait though. I am looking forward to
my
it.
Switch does not have that layer of dust just because it never leaves the dock. So
that's a hack, Rob.
At least on the screen.
It's handheld only for me. Like I rarely put this thing into the dock.
I'm the opposite. I very rarely take mine out of the dock. I'm not a handheld gamer. I think we talked about this the last week when we did the double Switch 2 shows. I've always been sit me down in front of a screen with a controller.
Here we go. that's my Steam Deck. It's a little dusty.
Oh man,
I gotta do something about this.
You know what it is, Rob?
When
they have your Switch 2 and it's ready, but they ran out of Pringles and they're waiting on the Pringles restock until they send you your Switch 2.
Oh, you're
That's
right.
probably what it is. Wouldn't that be something? Like, yeah, and your coat. Wouldn't that be something? We have this guy's Switch 2 and we're supposed to deliver it, but man, we got to wait on that Coke and Pringles. And
you know what? You know what, Johnny? You're right. I forgot about that, and now you put me in a good mood because you're probably right, Johnny. Ooh, I can't wait to eat them Prings. That's gonna.
I didn't get any Pringles on mine.
That's because you ordered from freaking I don't know where you ordered. Yeah, Best Buy. Losers Best Buy. Dude, Best Buy's basically the ghetto compared to Walmart. So. Oh, dang, and he's got his Nintendo Switch 2 coin. Ooh.
Yeah.
Save that.
Exciting stuff.
Something. Yeah.
I was bragging going, Johnny.
Yeah. But these things collect dust. Lately, I've just been playing on a PC. My Nintendo for me, even though I love Nintendo and I've grown up with Nintendo, and there are Nintendos directly behind me, several, as a matter of fact. This is Nintendo machines are Nintendo machines. I only play first-party games on these things. So when there's not a first-party game to play, basically it just sits around and waits for another first-party game to play. And so, I need that Mario Kart World, Johnny. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, along with the Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I figured it was a good time to go ahead and just pull the trigger and get this Nintendo Switch, because I'm gonna want to play both those games.
Yeah.
I do have an update for the single digit people that are watching at home.
Yeah.
I decided to.
Oh, the single.
I went to Best Buy and bought the 8-bit dough wireless adapter.
Oh.
And my Wii U Pro controller now connects and works with my Switch 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm very
All right.
happy about.
My man had the Wii U
Yeah.
Pro controller. I don't even know where my Wii U is. You know what, Johnny? I respect that.
Mine's
But you
hooked up to
gotta
my
know.
TV. It's about 8 feet that way.
That's interesting.
Rob, you got to know the way that you collect turtles. That's how Johnny collects controllers. He has one controller from every
Oh yeah.
generation.
I like
He's
that.
got them
Johnny.
all saved. You know what you should do, Johnny? Put
I
'em on
threw
your
them
wall.
all in the box and set it aside. That's what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
One of those shadow boxes, like where people hang the controllers. Like I've got my what did I show? I have my Mad Catz Microcon, the best controller I ever made. I've got my original GameCube controller, my Ouya controller.
What? This guy has an Ouya? What?
Kickstarter limited edition.
Oh my God. I
Brown.
haven't heard that name in
Such a strange
30
color.
years.
I told you,
Listen,
Johnny's a controller
everybody-
connoisseur.
I have the
Ouya.
Atari VCS Modern controller,
Okay.
which I can't update the firmware on because the only way you can update the firmware on the VCS Modern controller is with an Atari VCS. You can't just connect it to your PC and you have to
there you
use.
go.
So I spent like a solid week trying to figure out how to either emulate the VCS or install the VCS operating system onto my PC, and I can't get it to work.
And it's just not going to work.
So if I want to use my VCS controller, it has to be plugged into the PC.
Fair.
But when I got the Ouya, I got it solely as a emulation machine, and it did that. Like it emulated Nintendo, SNES, like 8-bit, 16-bit consoles perfectly fine. So I was not disappointed with the Ouya because it did exactly what I wanted it to do. But the rest of the claims, they didn't quite live up to the rest of the claims that they had for it. But it did everything I needed it to do for a while.
You're a man of many layers, Johnny, and I respect that.
Johnny's an onion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh man.
My 8-bit dough SN30 Pro Plus is still not working. They have not released the firmware for that controller yet, which I was telling Vactor shared one of Wolf Den's videos yesterday when he was talking about accessories and stuff for the Switch 2, and he's like 8-bit do, and I'm like, guys, listen, think about it for a solid 5 seconds, and you'll understand that it is not 8-bit do, it's 8-bit dough, like Nintendo. Nobody says Nintendo. It's Nintendo. So it's 8-bit dough, not 8-bit do.
All right.
Common sense.
The man's got a point. It's science.
Am I wrong?
Man.
No, Walter,
I-
you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
What if they make a controller out of bread? Then it is 8-bit dough.
All right, you got me there.
That's what you call a
argue with
reach.
that one.
This is Trent reaching.
That was a reach back to us talking about bread at the beginning of this episode, Rob. This is
Right,
the
right.
bread show.
Right. I forgot. It's
Sour
a little
dough.
too casual of a chat for me. I can't
Yeah.
handle it.
Yeah.
Guys. Jeez.
I'm
Louise.
about 3 seconds behind
No,
Again.
Johnny.
for some reason.
No. Johnny's so behind. No. No, Johnny. No. Turn off your camera and turn it back on again.
That doesn't have to actually reload.
That was a test, actually. I wanted to see how long it would take you to reply to what I said. It was 3 seconds, gang. He's not a liar. He's not a liar.
He
That's all right.
did it.
Me and Trent,
No.
we're the president.
Oh, I'm
boys.
behind. You caught me vaping.
Oh, this guy. Oh man, I knew I wouldn't regret coming here.
Man,
We like to have fun.
once we
I
get
got
our
these guys
switches
this
going,
week, so this was fun.
ooh,
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna bring toys. I didn't know we were gonna do show and tell.
Johnny's a transform.
Johnny.
The timelines, Starscream and Optimus Prime.
Oh,
It's fun because, oh, there you go.
Little boy Donnie for you, last Ronan.
He turns
Yeah.
into a train engine.
oh,
Like,
dang.
it's steampunk Optimus Prime, and then
that's cool.
I have the. This is the new, like It's the G1 Optimus Prime with like, he can actually bend limbs.
Ooh,
Oh, he's got that articulation, Trent.
that takes me back to my.
Yeah, and they're in scale with each other,
Ooh,
so that's fun.
man, both of you just brought up two things that have great comics that are coming out right now. Two great comics.
The
That's what I love.
Transformers
I've also got
and the Turts.
Hey, Cactus
Whoa.
Jack.
Now let
With
me
these
ask you
two
this,
drops.
Lucha. You got any Doink the Clown
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
back
I knew
there?
no,
it.
no.
That's too bad.
I
Thought
have
you were
not
a
gotten
true
Doink.
fan.
I
of
got
wrestling.
I mean, I tried, but unfortunately, I have not been able to secure the Doink the Clown figure. I got the Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes 2-pack that was exclusive to Mattel Creations. That's upstairs. But I appreciate that they took the time and effort to give Dusty his birthmark on his belly. They
Dang.
gave him a paint app, so he's got the birthmark. So that was
Dang.
fun.
All
That's
right.
attention to detail.
That's what I
Johnny.
enjoy.
Johnny, you would know this. Is there any figure that includes Dink? Would it have a Doink and a Dink?
Oh,
Ooh.
give me that
I've not
Dink
seen a
action
Dink
figure.
figure.
You know, I'm
That would
seeing
be-
a lot of resurgence of Doink the Clown lately.
No.
It's just no, for real. I am. So, you know what? On TikTok, you get your curated content, right? And so, including the people who are doing live streams, and so I get a lot of live streams of people streaming video games, and I've been seeing a lot of you know, like SNES wrestling and things like that, or Sega
Ooh.
wrestling with Doink the Clown
What?
in it. Just randomly, and I feel like my phone is listening. It's like Rob wants that Doink content. Let's get him that Doink content, baby.
Listen, let me run this by you guys. As I have two ideas for wrestling that I think would be interesting, but it will probably never happen. One is, when are they going to recast Doink the Clown? Like, because you could literally have anybody play Doink the Clown.
I'm freaking ready,
WWE
bro.
owns Doink the Clown.
Let's go. Here I go. Do the music. Do the clown music.
Do, 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 do.
Just like
That's
that-
good. I can
that one
imagine
gif.
it with the makeup. It would.
Of course, I'm not going to do any of the actual wrestling. I'm just for show. I'm just showpiece.
Just come out like and spray people with a flower spray gun.
Guys, remember Doink? And then I leave. You guys remember Doink?
And then, like, you could recast The Undertaker because, man, I wish he'd never started talking.
Oh, I could be the Undertaker, dude. Check it. Watch this. Watch. I could be the Undertaker. Watch this. That was him sitting
he
up.
did it. He did it. The new kid.
Basically,
Yeah, man,
I know
I miss
everything about
the
wrestling.
days when he I miss the days when he didn't give interviews and didn't talk about real life and just protected the gimmick of the Undertaker.
I could be Paul Bearer too.
It
Check
was a
this out.
simpler time.
There you go, Paul Bearer.
My wife loves Paul Bearer. It's one of her all-time favorites.
That's it. That was my Paul Bearer.
The other idea I have is, and this one's a little more legit. I don't think they would ever recast wrestling characters because it's something where like WWE would be the only one who could do it because they own so many of the gimmicks and like trademarks to the characters. I think they could, but they won't. But anyway, maybe in 50 years when everybody forgets who the Undertaker actually was or forgets who Doink the Clown was.
When we're all dead. Then it'll be cool.
Yeah.
They did it before.
So one of
Razor Ramon
one
and
of the
Diesel.
things that Max Moon,
Yes.
Hakushi, Yokozuna. They can have a new Yokozuna. Lucha does it all the time, right? Like Lucha Libre, you have like
Lucha Johnny.
I had one and it just completely went out of my brain. Who's Atlantis and Atlantis Jr. Atlantis Jr. is just Atlantis with a junior on the end of it. Like granted, it's his son, or even one of arguably probably the most famous luchador ever, Rey Mysterio Jr. was a junior, which he was.
Anyone with
his
face
dad
paint.
was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
could-
these are all people I know.
You know Doink. You could recast Doink and put anyone with makeup you could put on. I mean, you could just get a similar build. Those ones would be
I got that Doink body. I've been working on it for a while.
Did you see did either of you watch Sting's retirement match with AEW when his kids came out?
Oh,
No, I'm not a big
As,
fan of the police.
Like his sons came out. I have a story about that too. When his kids came out, like as in his Surfer Sting makeup and in his Wolfpack Sting makeup, like his son came out done up as Surfer Sting, and I was like, it looked just like him. I thought it was him. Like for a second, I thought he like shaved his head again, got the flat top. I had the flat top with the rat tail when I was a kid. I was a little scared.
whoa!
Nice.
Show us
Um,
pics, Johnny.
they're not digital. The advantages of growing up in the 80s, there's no digital evidence of these things. But Sting and the Police, I'll tell that story. My mom and I in the late 80s were big Sting fans, and the wrestler Sting. And we're watching TV, and it's the Grammys, and they keep saying later on an appearance from Sting, and we're like, why is Sting going to show up on the Grammys?
Why wouldn't he?
Oh man,
That's
And
the
then
reach
we realized
of
that there
WWE.
was a musician who was named Sting, and it was not the wrestler Sting who
The
was showing
disappointment
up on the Grammys, which makes sense.
on Johnny's face.
Yes.
On Mama Lucha's
The
face?
second idea that I had is people often lament, speaking of Sting, like that we never got Sting versus The Undertaker on like a big stage, or even just like them at their, because I think there is a Sting versus Mean Mark Callis, but that's not really the same as Sting versus The Undertaker. So you get Sting and The Undertaker and you sit them down in a room, and you have them plan out their match, like from beginning to end, how it would go, what they would do, and then animate it.
Oh, interesting.
Would either of you watch an animated wrestling match, as long as you knew that it was planned by the two people who would have actually doing the wrestling in the ring, but they physically can't do it the way that they
Doink
want to.
anime, Rob. Would
So-
you watch a Doink anime?
It sounds like, what's the name of that YouTube series where they pit superheroes against each other? and they're like, here's this superhero stats, and here's this superhero stats, and this is what it would be like if they fought. It would be like this.
Yeah.
I know what it is. They had like a Voltron versus Dragonzord or Godzilla versus Dragonzord one.
Yeah. And they'll
Death
do like
Battle?
ridiculous things. They'll be like Princess Peach versus Xena
It's-
Warrior Princess. Who would win?
It's Bat
I
in the
was-
Sun that does it, because they did like a Green Ranger.
You know, I went to epic rap battles. That was what my mind went to. I know what you're talking about.
Now, if they started rapping, that would really be right up my alley. As you know, I am a connoisseur of fine rap music.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I can't remember what it's called. I was told I would not need to be able to cite my references when I joined this podcast.
It was like a superhero battles or something. A superhero versus.
Oh, that was Superpowered Beatdown, but there's a different one.
Yeah, Superpower Beatdown. That's maybe what it was.
Yeah. Man,
We like to have fun around here, boys.
I'd watch an animated.
It's literally just Death Battle.
Death Battle. Yeah, that's what it's
It is
called.
just Death Battle.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't watch
Yeah.
it, but like if Link, or excuse me, if Link's my son, if Trent sent me the link, I would for sure heart the link in the chat, and that would probably be it.
Dang. They getting millions of views over here on this Death
See,
Battle.
that's the idea. You need to steal.
Dang.
Steal that.
Bowser versus Eggman.
Yeah. They literally took they literally just took, well, who would win, Superman or Hulk, and turned it into a freaking like
Dang, they got
Yeah.
6 million subscribers. Holy.
Yeah, the videos they put out are interesting. They're like,
Dang.
here's this person's stats, here's this person's stats, and we're going to tell you exactly why so and so would win. And they're citing all sorts of things. They're like, Superman actually lifted Krypton's moon once, even though I just made that up. I don't know if Krypton has a moon or if Krypton is even around, if it got fixed after it blew up. But they'll do things like that where they'll just cite things they've done in the past, their feats of strength, and then they'll be like, well, this is what they can do to each other.
2 weeks ago, or
You're
no,
welcome.
a month ago, Master Chief versus Doomslayer.
Yeah, I just saw that. Isn't that 3 million views?
There you go. I just opened you guys up to a new form of entertainment. You're welcome.
Let's not fight. Let's all get along, Rob.
Like, yeah, basically.
They have a
Rob.
lot of members only videos. Holy crap.
Those are the dirty ones.
Ooh. Rob, did you watch that Pee-wee documentary?
Not yet. It's on my list of things to watch. I've mainly just seen a bunch of clips online. I do want to watch the Pee Wee doc.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm ready to cry. Yeah, I'll
Johnny,
cry
did
over
you watch
Pee-wee.
Yeah, that's
it?
I have not watched it. And I'm kind of with Rob. That's the same reason I still have not watched Won't You Be My Neighbor? I'm just not emotionally ready to watch that.
Right. Yeah. Like, let me wait 20 years after Pee Wee's passing, and then
Just
I'll
watch
Yeah.
Just watch the first half. Watch the rise.
Now, there's this. They keep showing clips of this stage version of the Pee Wee's Playhouse. So before the show, there was like an HBO special of a live
seen it.
show of Pee Wee. Yeah, and I remember my mom getting me that when I was a kid. Like, it was either on, like, you could rent it, or maybe like somebody had taped it off HBO or something like that. But letting me watch it because, you know, I love Pee Wee as a kid. So here's more Pee Wee content. And in hindsight, seeing the clips, like, that is for sure not appropriate for little kids
No.
who were
It
growing
is
up. But I didn't like notice it. Like, Pee-wee's making boob jokes and all sorts of stuff, and like a lot of sexual innuendo. But all this stuff went over my head, and of course, my mom didn't watch it. She was just like, "Yeah, here's Pee-wee. You want more Pee-wee? Here's Pee-wee. Sit down and shut up. Here's some more Pee-wee." So it's wild that I got away with watching that when I was a kid.
That is funny because when they show the clips in the documentary, I never watched it, but I had the same thought as you. I was like, man, if I was a kid and I watched this would be not appropriate.
Yeah. Well,
That is
the
a good
80s for you.
documentary.
That's how we do. Parents didn't care back then. PG, you could see
For sure.
boobs in PG movies, Lucha, like we
We
talked.
talked about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just one of the guys.
Yes. Parents did not care. It was
Johnny,
wild.
yeah,
It was the
yeah,
Wild
watch.
West back then.
I'm gonna
Just
refresh.
one of the guys.
I'm behind.
Bye, Johnny. He's gone. So this is our casual chat now. He's really gone. Oh, there he is. He's back. I knew you'd be back.
This weird. I must be like just like 0.2 seconds behind, and it just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah. I've been saying I'll make a joke and then I'll be like, I can't wait to hear Johnny laugh at this in 4 seconds. And I wait for the validation, and I wait for the laugh validation, and it feels so good.
Oh man.
That's how I like it.
I wonder if it's because I'm using that driver instead of because what's worse, the constant flickering or having to
I don't see any flickering on my end.
the gap just glow. No, it was last week. Like when I was using the Elgato Cam Hub software, like I would it would flash. Like the feed would cut out and I'd go black for a second and then come back up.
That happened to me a lot when I was streaming. When I stream games, so I stream games every weekend, and I was using that software for a while, and it would do the same thing for me. I just need a better computer with more what do we say? Bandwidth.
yeah.
An inside joke.
Yes.
Yeah. But I promised Trent my old PC once I get my new one.
Yeah.
He's gonna be back into the PC master race.
Yes. I'm already in. I'm at the
No.
bottom of the race. I'm a minority.
He's trailing behind. Oh no, you went with I see. I was thinking physical race. You made it racial. Classic Trent. That's that for you.
You can't tell me that the entire time that people have been
it's the race, like because the finish line, the PC goes, and
you
then
never
here
thought
comes
that.
PlayStation
You
5.
never thought that.
No. You're racist.
Speaking of physical races, Johnny, we got to get a Mario Kart game going. We gotta set something up.
Yeah.
I mean, full transparency, if you guys are willing to get your asses beat, I will play Mario Kart with you. I'm more than happy to destroy you guys at any CC, any course, any character.
Rob and I used to play Mario Kart back in the same physical building. We worked at a Hollywood Video, and I was on the Game Crazy side. Did I tell this story, Johnny, already? I'm having a
We got lots of Game Crazy stories, Johnny. Just you.
Yeah.
You told a game crazy story last week, but I don't.
Okay. I was on the Game Crazy side, and Rob was on the Hollywood Video side, and it was a connected store, and we were playing in between customers. We'd be playing races on Mario Kart. Rob, which Mario Kart was that? Was it the DS?
Well, it
The
might have been
3DS.
because 3DS wasn't. We were out of Game Crazy by the time 3DS
that's
came
right.
out.
Yes.
So we had our DSs. We were playing Mario Kart on the DS, but there was also Double Dash on the Game
Yeah. We had fun, but yeah, we gotta set something up. Johnny, come on.
Let me tell Johnny a Game Crazy story.
First, Rob has to get his Switch delivered.
Yeah, one of these days, Trent, my Switch
He'll
is gonna
have
get
it
here
at the end of this
Tuesday.
chat. He'll have it.
Tuesday. Johnny, let me tell you a story about when I was working at Game Crazy. So every weekend we would hold a video game tournament, right? And I'd pick, oh, Johnny's gone. He straight up didn't want to hear my story. He said, I'm out of here.
He can hear us. Right,
I'm
John?
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
he could hear us.
If I was gone,
All right.
He said this
So
whole stream would be
I
shut
would
down.
so we would do a video game tournament every week, and it'd be like a different game every week. I would just pick a game off the shelves, like one week we did like a Mario Golf tournament where I had to explain to hundreds of moms that no, the lowest score actually wins. My son's got 40. He's the winner. Like, no, golf has lowest strokes. They'd have to explain that to people. But like game after game after game. And we would just give away store credit, $30 in store credit to the winner, $20 in second place, $10 in third place. And it was just something that we did at our location. It wasn't like a company-wide thing, just to drive engagement into the store. And so we would just pick a different game every week, and we wouldn't it came to a point where this thing was getting so popular. People were coming every Saturday. The store would be busy. And I said, I've freaking got this. I've got the perfect game to play. And I didn't tell anybody. All the people were in the store. And they're like, what game's it going to be? And I'm waiting for 10 a.m. to roll around. At 10 a.m., you'll see. Don't worry. And 10 a.m. rolls around, and I boot up the system, and I put on Pac-Man original. And I'm like, highest score gets the credit. And you should have seen all these kids go, and leave. But all the adults were like, fuck yeah. And they got in line. And they were going hard to try to get that high score on Pac-Man. But all the kids were so mad, Johnny. They all walked out. Those were the days.
I had this little it was a tiny like arcade cabinet thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the graphics on it were like just red dashes. It was all red. And it was Pac-Man. It was a little tiny Pac-Man arcade cabinet.
Okay.
And like I played the crap out of that thing.
But
But it was funny because I had an Atari 2600, probably with Pac-Man on it, or
Hey,
5200.
he didn't want the original.
But man,
He
I
wanted
played
the
that
knockoff.
little arcade cabinet like crazy.
Yeah. I remember the 2600 version of Pac-Man was not good.
Not
good.
much on the 2600 was good.
Yeah, I guess fair.
River Raid was
Touche.
good. Pole position.
Tanks. What was is
Top
that what it's
lifter.
called? Tanks. What, it was just the two tanks shooting each other?
What about Pitfall?
Probably.
Yeah. Pitfall was good. Pitfall I like.
Pitfall-
Because Jack Black was in
good.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in it.
He was not good. I played that game.
Ooh. Nope, I have never played ET, and I have not had any sort of urge to ever get into that at all. No.
Johnny
thank
was
you.
there. He was there
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
ground
blame you.
level.
I still haven't
I
even
was
seen ET, Johnny, so yeah, I'm not about to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
The move?
You've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm
watched
just
the
kidding.
movie?
I'm just kidding. I've seen the movie on shelves at like Best Buy or like old video rental stores. I've seen it there,
No.
but I haven't watched it.
He's
Little
seen
link
it.
for you, Johnny. I've been on the ride. I've been on the ride, Johnny, at Universal. I went first time I
Been
went
on
to Universal.
the ET ride. I have
Yeah.
not done that.
Yeah, I went on it with
Johnny.
and I was,
I was
like,
on the Jaws ride and the Terminator 2 ride.
yeah, and it
At the
said
very end of the ride,
Rob.
he says your name.
Rob.
What a great design.
That ride is dope. I go
They
to
should update
Universal
that.
or I go to Florida for theme parks maybe like once every like 4 years or so, and I always try to make it a point to get on that ET ride. I like it.
Is it still there? They still have
It's
it
still there, baby. It's there. They have some sort of agreement with Steven Spielberg to not tear down that ride, or he's going to sever his ties with Universal.
He's like, get rid of it in
I don't want
California, but Florida, you keep
Well,
it.
From what I've read, that he got pissed that they tore it down
Oh,
in Hollywood, and so he said, if you tear down the Florida one, I'm not going to make a Universal movie again.
Dang, that would be a good documentary.
So that's why it's the oldest fucking ride, the most outdated ride at that park.
They need to update it. Come on.
No. They're sticking it to Spielberg by saying we're not even going to update it. Enjoy your rickety ass old safety hazard ride.
Hey,
You get on these bikes, like the ride vehicles are literal bikes hanging from the ceiling, Johnny, and they're like, get on it. Have fun. Good luck.
I need to get out there and visit Super Nintendo World.
yes.
And I think they have it both in California and Florida now. So I have
the old Epic Universe. You go check that out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I might end up going down there at the end of the year.
Ooh.
We'll see. I haven't
live stream it, Rob.
Nothing's settled yet, but that's a hard maybe.
Yes.
Might go check it out. Yeah. We'll see. I'll get you a shirt, Johnny.
Yeah.
I'll get you a Nintendo shirt. A big green shirt with the L on it. For Lucha Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's just the kind of man I am, Johnny. That's just the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
We like to have fun, boys. Yes.
All right. Well, Vactor, you got to get going.
All right.
You have responsibilities to take care of.
This guy, job. Can you believe that?
Johnny.
He is. I mean, it's busy being an amazing dad, as his shirt says, and the whatever his mug said about the best mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Trent, real
Best
fast.
mom ever.
I only just noticed this. Throw that Nintendo Switch 2 box away.
No.
Why do you keep your boxes?
I have to display it to show you that I bought it.
Oh, okay. We all know.
I have my.
So next time this pod comes up,
I
you
might
better
switch
throw
one
that
box down
away.
on the.
Throw the box away, Johnny.
There's two reasons. I don't think I've ever told Rob this before. This one is just for decoration right now. But there's two reasons that I keep boxes. There's one category of stuff that I know I'm going to sell it on eBay. So I said, let me keep the box so I can ship it out to people in the box. And then the other category is there's a specific set of companies that I like the way that they package things. Apple being one, and Nintendo is another, and also Sony PlayStation, which their boxes are terrible because they put a box inside a box, and then the box tears because it's flimsy. That part is dumb. But I like the design of the visual aesthetics of it. So those ones I keep.
You know, I've heard them say the same things on hoarders.
No.
Just saying. Just saying.
No.
That's all right. I kid. Keep your trash. It's fine. Your
No,
trash
it's
is
not
my
trash.
business. Oh boy.
That's the
Although,
plus
back
side. Like,
today-
I still have the box for my Switch 1, so when I sell it, I'm just be able to just put it in the box and send it off to whoever
Tell 'em, Johnny,
buys it,
tell
and they
'em.
can have the box as a keepsake as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, get this fucking trash out of here. As soon as I open something, I look at the garbage, the fuck out of here. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to these boxes. I'm like, I can't stand trash. Get it out.
Mhm.
No. Yeah.
Look, Rob,
You're probably better off being that way, to be honest. It's like
Right.
Switch
all the
controller box.
all the controller boxes that are down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I can see all those fucking boxes. Get rid of them. That's so much more room for collectibles you could be showing off. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. You do
Johnny,
you.
thank you for having me and WonderRob on. We
Yes.
love talking to Johnny about video games because he is a true video game connoisseur.
Yep,
So
that's
we
my
like
boy Johnny.
we like that about Johnny.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk about video games more next
I
time because I
appreciate
got a lot of opinions, Johnny. I got a lot of hot takes, Johnny. That's right.
Sounds good. All right, we're gonna end it. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you. Shauna from Dice Thespians is on for a casual chat next week, so that should be fun.
Shauna, hi
That will
Shauna.
be fun.
Good old Shauna.
She's not here yet.
No,
You're
but
gonna
she'll
wait
see
till next
this.
week.
She'll
Show up
see
next
this.
week and say hi.
Yeah,
She
she'll see
probably
this.
will.
She'll be like, "Hi, Rob," at the top.